Good morning, everyone. Fly on the Wall Productions bringing you the Aired Out Podcast live on Facebook and YouTube. We are streaming everywhere you get your podcasts and on the web at airedoutvt.com. Raylene, good morning. Please, I'm begging you on this Wednesday morning.
To tell you about my Happy Good Day shirt?
Please tell me about the Happy Good Day shirt and, of course, this guy that's sitting next to you.
All right, so Happy Good Day comes from this amazing little girl in Calais, and it started because she wrote these words on the carpet at home.
A white carpet!
Instead of making it a horrible thing, she worked with her parents to make it a great thing, and she is spreading this message all around. She's selling T-shirts, sweatshirts, stickers that you can also get, dog bandanas, all kinds of great things. And each month she's going to choose a charity to donate a portion of the proceeds to. And for the month of March, she chose the Vermont Kidney Association.
That's so amazing.
So, yeah, and she's going to be coming in here soon, sitting down, chatting with us.
With Mom.
And with Mom. And so she'll be doing that pretty soon. I think we're waiting for April break, like the spring break, to do that. So she doesn't have to miss school and all that great stuff. But
for
just super cool.
For a kid to write this on it, which was
Happy
exactly,
Good Day.
And that's exactly
Happy Good Day.
What it looked like, too, right there, with the heart and everything.
And what a message to spread. And if only, right, we could all,
Where's this
do
white
all
carpet
of that
right
stuff.
now? Where is this carpet? Is it still at home?
Well, that I don't know. I don't know if her parents have taken care of the white carpet. I'm sure they have.
Oh, my God.
And decided that they would just place this beautiful message.
I can't wait to have her in here.
It goes,
Rosie.
The fact that Rosie, yes. Yeah. So Rosie Bean. So just the fact that they were able to take a breath.
Yeah.
And, kids do these sorts of things.
Yes.
This stuff happens, and turn something so incredibly positive. Turn it into that.
I can't wait to have her on here because I'm going to tell her a true story that I'm not going to tell you ahead of time. I'm going to tell everyone at the same time, and we're going to laugh.
But just how special? How
awesome.
Truly special is it that she would have a heart to want to even continue to do this in this way, and to have somebody that she donates to, and really make it a happy good day. I think it's the sweetest thing ever. And I'm not going to lie, this morning I got up and I was kind of like, ugh. Yeah. It was gloomy. They say it's going to rain. Yeah. We only got, a couple of days of sunshine in, and I haven't been feeling good lately. And today was one of those days where I definitely could have stayed in bed, but I knew I was going to wear my Happy Good Day Rosie shirt today.
Yeah.
And it made me smile. And I was like, nope, put your big girl panties on with your Happy Good Day shirt and get to work.
That's it. Roger, by the way, he's saying rain. We were talking about this yesterday. 45 degrees for the daytime high today. Let's see. Tonight, showers still down about 38. And then on Thursday, tomorrow, still overcast, rain showers, and around 43. So kind of a carbon copy of what you get today. But we got another cold snap that's coming Friday or Thursday. See, Thursday night into Friday, maybe even into Saturday. That's going to make the SAP run even better. Tell us about this guy next to you, man. I can't wait to introduce him.
This is Logan LUCE, and Logan and I met through his mom. His mom was, through her job, held a job fair here at the studio, and I met Heather, and her and I just were talking throughout the evening, and she mentioned Logan and his love of sports and his love of maybe podcasting and getting into media.
Yeah.
And I said, well, let's talk. Bring him down here. Let's sit down, have a chat. Maybe he could join forces with us and have his own podcast. Mm. And
do you realize, buddy, how dangerous this is?
In what way do you mean that?
In all ways. In all ways.
I mean, being in this studio, is it dangerous?
No, being associated with us is more dangerous.
Oh, I mean, maybe.
Kooks.
It's okay though, honestly, because this is awesome, and to be honest, it's like I'm just excited to be here. And no, honestly, I love this podcast. I've been doing it for now. I've been on this podcast now for 6-7 months.
At least
it was a long
yes.
time. Back in I want to say August I started, something like that.
Something like
somewhere
that,
in there.
yeah.
Because we started for the football season. But yeah, no, I've been happy to be on this podcast, from home, even when I woke up 10 minutes before the podcast. Sure. You would hear my
Shit, he's going to be calling.
He always
remember those mornings.
Because you always commented, you're like, "What? You sound tired, buddy." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah. You were always on the telephone. You were probably still in your underwear. Did you ever come on the air with us in your underwear?
No, I actually am not a person to sleep in my underwear. However, though, I do sleep basic pajamas, basic pajama bottoms.
Wow. See, if it were me, I'd be doing the sports bod.
The sports.
The sports
bod.
I'd be butt ass. I mean, I just would. Anyway, can you believe this guy's been on the air with us for that long?
Oh, yeah. Well, he weathered the storm with us. Yeah, I mean, basically, you were supposed to start, and then July 10th happened, and everything came to a halt in a way. I mean, we were from home, but everything was very, very organic at my house, let's just say. And we were trying to roll with the punches and do the best we could. And we did have guests, but it was very rare. And, I have the dogs, and there was just so many other nuts and bolts in it all. To be able to be back in this space and welcome you here is just awesome.
No, I'm excited to finally be on here in the podcast, here in the studio. And I'm honored to be here now, and it's very exciting. It's very exciting. Happy to be here and join you guys for today's morning show. I'm ready to get the ball rolling.
Well, I got to tell you, man. I mean, I pretty much every single time that we have had you on, all through the NFL, the football season, everything, Raylene and I'd be like, we're going to call Logan here in a second. Do you know what happened last night? No,
don't know what happened last night.
Was there a football game last night?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's call Logan.
Because you do know, and I'm sure that you've come to really, truly realize that we're not shitting you when you're speaking to us about this stuff. Yeah. It's like talking Japanese. Yes. We have no idea.
You guys are staring at me like...
Yeah, we have no idea what you're saying. Well, I might catch a few things here and there on the news. So
you're right.
In the morning, so I have an idea of what you're talking about. Like when we were talking about, I think, colors of somebody's uniform at one point or something. I knew that story, so I knew what that was.
Yeah.
And the colors of the Seahawks or whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that,
would you? It's a serious question.
Yeah.
Raylene, would you know Jalen Hurts if he walked through this door right now?
no. Hell no.
Neither would I. I could be in the grocery store with him. I wouldn't know. I don't know.
The only one I think I would know is, well, of course, Tom Brady, but that's just because he's constantly gagged me, spread all over everything there ever was, as if he's the only player in the world that has ever done a good job. But, Pappy, yeah.
That's baseball.
Yeah, but I would know who that was.
Big Poppy?
Yeah, that
David Ortiz.
Yeah, that I would know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did know his name was David
I was going to say, you didn't know David Ortiz?
Yeah, that I would know.
You're from New England. Come on. Yeah. I don't watch baseball, and I know that.
That I would know, and that is just because I don't. I think I would know that just because I paid attention, because I just think he's a great guy.
All right. Are you ready for that? I'm going to blow your minds, both of you. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. He's got his Google up.
He's got it. He's got it. I'm ready.
He's got 3 freaking screens over there. Who's he kidding, right, Logan?
I do not have the Google up. I just know this.
What player is on this specific team? That's what you Googled, didn't you?
No. I will be doing that, but I'm not doing it right now. Here's what I know. Just this is all natural. Ready?
Yeah.
God, I hope I'm right and not wrong, because if I am a complete ass, but I'm an ass anyways. Tomorrow is the official start of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, no, I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got that right?
I think so. I mean,
yes.
I mean, I only know because I literally heard it this morning coming here.
JD did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was listening to DE on the way
I know.
No, I wasn't. No, I seriously, I knew that. I knew
you did.
I did.
You did.
I think, if I'm correct, Boston is playing the Mariners.
See, you're way over me. Right?
I think it's the Mariners. I thought I heard something about the Mariners.
But do you remember how funny it was when that morning that Jack was in here and we were talking baseball and he didn't even know what the Grapefruit League was?
I know.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
You shouldn't pick on poor Jack.
I love Jack.
I love Jack too. He'll be back. You know, but anyway.
Dude, maybe he'll even wear SpongeBob pajamas.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That was so funny. But man, I Logan, I'm just thrilled that you're here. Do you know this guy Rex Thompson?
I don't know.
Does that sound familiar?
Sounds familiar. Isn't he like he teaches? He teaches fighting,
piano lessons.
Oh, piano. Oh,
he teaches piano lessons.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing him in the Opera House. Yeah.
He's an amazing violinist. He's making me laugh.
He's got beautiful little fingers.
Oh yes. Yeah, beautiful little fingers. Oh yeah.
Yep, they're always manicured.
He's always at the spa.
He's always protecting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little hands.
Obviously, you know Rex Thompson. Mm-hmm. Rex called me last night, and he's like, I can't believe you're going to have Logan Luce on the air. I've known him and his family for 1,000,000 years. Ask him about his crazy grandmother. So, what's the story with your grandma and Rex? Did they get into a fist fight or something?
No. From my knowledge, and my grandmother could probably correct me, and I could probably give you the correct answers for next time. But if I remember correctly, he had said, I think I read the comment that you're referring to, and he said I love how at the end of that message, I think he said he's like his grandfather's very humble or very nice, and I'm like that's true. And then there's my grandmother. It's like my grandmother and grandfather are polar opposites. Yeah. He's calm, like building kind of guy.
Old school Vermont.
Oh yeah, very old school. Oh, he loves to just build things. My grandmother, on the other hand, she always wants to, she always likes, she's got that fighting energy.
She's bold.
Fighting energy, and a very old lady.
Interesting.
That's the best way I can put it. But
so interesting.
She's an amazing, funny woman, and you get to know her. She's really, really funny. But she's a very bold person. Very bold person.
It sounds like Rex and Brenda's relationship in reverse.
Yeah.
Where Rex is the bold and Brenda is the calm
voice of reason.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, maybe we can get Rex in here with your grandmother someday.
Oh God, that'd be hilarious. No, she'll talk your head off for a whole hour.
Well, that's great.
She'll be here. She may not be able to tell you what's going on in the world, but she'll definitely be able to tell you about what she did maybe like 60 years ago back in Germany.
Wow.
Germany specifically.
Oh man, it's just wild that you're finally here with us. I mean, we've been talking about this for forever. And I think mostly we just want to thank you for coming on the air with us for all of these months and talking sports and keeping us connected to the sports world. This whole time that we were down in Raylene's basement, we relied on you to get our listeners caught up on sports. And of course, you've been checking out Lori Shepard and the Four Quarters podcast. They're back in here also. So maybe you could sit in with them sometime.
Yeah, no, that will definitely be great. I would love for that to happen.
And they get, as you know, super analytical.
Yeah.
I do want to point out my grandma's, when I said Germany, though, she's not, she wasn't a Nazi. I just want to clarify that. She wasn't a Nazi. I want to clarify that. No, but no, her and my grandfather were my grandfather served during I want to say it was the Vietnam War, but I don't think so. But he served. I want to say he served around the 60s and 70s is when he served. But yeah, they were basically stationed for. I remember my grandma told me that she was stationed in Germany, so that's why Germany specifically. But
I have so many questions for you about you and sports and everything. But first, Raylene. Let's knock out some of the things that are going on in news.
Well, we know what today is. Today is Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Today is Ladies' Day at Quick Lube.
That
means that
day.
the ladies get to go. It's
hump day.
Hump day.
And it's lube
over
day.
Quick Lube. Yeah. Over at Vermont Quick Lube and Car Wash in South Barry. You can go over there. The ladies get all lubed up.
Watch this, Logan.
Drive in, drive out. Blush? Don't even got to get out of your car. That does not make me blush, honey. It makes me gag.
Wait.
Stop it.
Wait, I'm sorry, repeat. So it's a car wash service. There's a lot of those here, but repeat that.
This is
So Vermont Quick Lube and Car Wash in South Barry, it's Ladies' Day, so the ladies can go over there and get all lubed up. Yeah. It's drive-in, drive-out service, and so
now you're making him blush.
I know.
No, I'm just laughing.
But in all seriousness, they're going to give you a flower to thank you for everything that you do.
Sure.
And then they're going to let you drive through the car wash.
Yeah.
You get a free car wash, and you don't have to use it today.
Right.
It's a ticket.
Yeah.
And so if today it's rainy and crappy and you want to save it for a few days until it's not this way, which save it for a month, you can. And you can just drive through the car wash, type in the little code that they give you, and you can get your free car wash when you're ready.
We love Vermont
Doesn't have
Quick
to
Lube.
be today.
Yeah, we love the guys over there. But
you don't even have to get out of your car.
I know.
So
you don't need an appointment.
If you can bring the kids with you,
sure.
you can
Take a
do
nap.
whatever it is that you need to do. Yes, and if you do want to get out of the car, you can do that too. They just did some upgrades this weekend to their and freshening up to their waiting room space.
Yeah, I saw the boys
and,
in there.
It's a really nice waiting room anyway over there. So it's a great space, and they do this every Wednesday for the ladies. And important to mention that tomorrow on Thursday, I'm going to call it Men's Day, because it's free hot dogs. I mean, and you're going to go over there and eat all the hot dogs you can tomorrow. I know it.
Is there a limit?
Free hot dogs tomorrow from 11 to 1 over
at
there
Vermont Quick
at
Lube.
Vermont Quick Lube.
There you go.
So
I pulled in there one day.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Yeah, we love those.
Do you remember
guys.
that song?
No.
But
I pulled in there one day.
Wasn't that Disney?
Who the hell?
I think it was Mickey Mouse Club.
I don't know.
Mickey Mouse Club.
I'm like, I think I was like 5 years old when 5 or 6 when they came out.
I swung in there one day and I was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and had a cold cup of coffee from the day before, maybe 2 days before, and I was tired and I was sitting there eating this peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and Craig comes over and he's like, so when was the last time? When did you have this done? When was the last time you had your tires rotated? This? And I'm like, dude, I can't. I don't know any of the answers. Just do whatever you want to do. I'm just eating my sandwich here, Bob.
Right.
Just do whatever you want to do.
I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah, and he's like, well, are you might need some new wiper blades. They look like they're put them on. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me. I'm eating the sandwich here. That's what I love about those guys.
Yeah.
They just take good care of you. Great.
Some of their photos lately of the air filters and things that they have taken out that are chock full of bird seed and mice hair and just like all of this stuff. My God, it's
skeletons.
Yes, it's gross. Carcasses of birds and mice and God knows what.
There was a snake one time?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did. I saw that. But yeah,
and
great group of guys. So the ladies can go over and anybody can go over tomorrow for the free hot dogs that they are doing tomorrow.
If you want breakfast at Delicate Decadence, you have exactly 35 minutes to get over there.
And if you want the Wednesday meal, you have exactly an hour to make your phone call and get that ordered up because he can't wait all day to find out if you're going to be picking up at 3:00. So you got to make those calls quick. 479-7948 is how you reach Delicate Decadence.
All right. News stories here. Well, apparently, someone has just won the $1.12 billion Mega Millions.
One person in New Jersey, and they one person in New Jersey, and they
Why
are.
does it have to be New Jersey?
And they're going to remain anonymous.
They are going to remain anonymous.
Yes, they are.
I mean, yeah, 1.1 billion people are gonna come and rob you. Are you crazy?
Dude.
I would know. I'd make sure they don't ever identify me. I'm like, ooh, I'm taking that money and I'm gonna be one of those people that goes off the radar and just goes to like some like weird big ass house in the middle of nowhere.
You'd have to shave though your beard and your head. Just shave it all.
No, I'm gonna become Sasquatch.
Oh, that's fine.
They're gonna take photos of me. They're gonna be like, "Is that Sasquatch?"
That's fine.
Yeah. Did we find him?
I heard an interview once of a guy who won the Mega Millions, but I don't remember. It wasn't anywhere near 1.12. It was it was a couple $1 million, and
now we're at billion.
It ruined his life. Mm-hmm. He literally lost all of his friends, all of his acquaintances, all of his connections to society, culture, his job.
Wow.
He moved out of his house, bought the big house, left the job. All of his friends were just a bunch of vultures and he was expected to like take care of all of his friends, his family. I mean, everything was uprooted and destroyed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Money is not the
it's the
not
root
the answer.
Of all evils.
It is the root of all evil. I love that song too, but it is, and it is not the ticket to happiness. So, whoever this bimbo is, in
Aaron and I were talking
Jersey.
about that last night. Actually, the night before last, that how great it can be, but how awful it also can be.
I don't know what I would do. I don't.
I mean, I would still keep I feel like I'd keep my family in contact. Friends, yeah, probably too. But like, I just feel like in terms of like social media and stuff of that nature, I would probably just go off the grid because you don't need it.
But then the friends are going to be putting pressure on your family to find out where you are. How come we haven't heard from Logan in the last year? What's going on?
I mean, yeah, but I'd still keep
get $50
I don't know. I'd
gas
still
$50 for gas.
Logan, I really need some gas money. I know you're in the hills of Alaska or
we know you're hiding out. Yeah. Today is National Little Red Wagon Day, National Scribble Day. What is going on in the news? There's so much happening. There's more info about this cargo ship that hit this bridge. The pictures are just amazing.
And they are looking now. It has become a search and recovery.
Yeah.
They are looking for the 6 construction workers that they, pretty much believe perished in the accident yesterday, where the cargo ship hit the bridge.
Yeah.
After they did call them Mayday, or called in and said that there were problems. They had lost power and control, and then soon after it collided with the bridge. But they said, thank God that the call did come in. They were at least able to get that distress call out, because they were able to divert and keep traffic off of the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm still scratching my head a little bit, wondering, why didn't you remove everybody from the bridge? Why did we still have construction workers on the bridge?
No.
I don't know. I haven't read or understood that part yet at all.
So tragic.
I'm unclear as to why we would stop traffic and get everybody off the bridge, but not get the workers off the bridge. I just don't know. So we'll watch it close.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the biggest story that's popping.
Yeah,
in the
and
nation.
Except for there are a few other things, but
nationally.
Just in politics, we have some stuff going on.
Oh boy.
With I'm trying to pull it up here so that we can talk about it. But yes, there are. But locally as well, there's a lot going on. We have a stabbing that leaves a Vermont man with life-threatening injuries in St. Johnsbury. They have not released his name yet. Just the craziness that continues to happen around here, and the craziness of the slap on the wrist released on conditions, and things like that is getting more and more disgusting by the day. With that being said, Senator Sears and Governor Scott applaud the Senate approval bill of cracking down on drugs and violent crime. And so they're really cracking down on the sale of fentanyl and xylazine, and making it a criminal offense, but still only using the phrase. So we have this is a very amazing step in the right direction. So I'm very happy about that. But they're still using the phrase "with death resulting." And I really believe that is not death resulting. That is premeditated murder. It's murder, period. Point blank murder. But the sale, that drug is used to cut other drugs so that the profit is larger. Those drugs enhance other drugs, which means they don't have to sell as much of the more costly drug. But it's deadly, and it is killing people, and you have to knowingly mix those things. And that means that you thought about what you were doing,
intent,
and then you sold it.
Yeah.
And so whether or not you always, maybe you don't think that you sold a lethal amount, but a lethal amount is different for everyone. And the only people that know exactly what a lethal amount is someone who has gone to college and is licensed to make that decision. A pharmacist, a doctor. You don't get to choose to prescribe any such thing as fentanyl or xylazine. Xylazine that isn't even supposed to be for human consumption. Nice. So this is a huge leap. I'm super happy to see it, of course, but it's a first step, and it's a bigger step than we've gotten in a very long time.
I see that Vacos has decided to change her mind and now have this this 15-year-old shooter who took the life of that 14-year-old boy,
charged as a
or tried as a juvenile.
Juvenile. Mm-hmm.
Instead,
we don't know, and still all of the circumstances surrounding that case have not come out. I read through all of the courtroom information, all of the, what was released in the press conference, and there may be a reasonable answer for why she chose to do that. If you read through it all, you may have come to the same conclusion. But with that said, let's just say that his charges may not be the only charges involved in that case.
I just know that now that he'll be tried as a juvenile, we're not going to hear about anything now.
Right.
Nothing will be released to the public.
Right. So. Nothing about the case itself. His sentencing probably will be, but the actual case itself going forward, we will not.
And I see that the construction industry has got a looming deadline to get themselves
today, I believe,
registered as
construction workers, as contractors in the state of Vermont. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I believe today is the cutoff,
and that's going to cost them a couple. I think Dick Wappy was saying it's going to cost them a couple $1,000 maybe.
It will. It'll cost them, but in the long run, it's also a protection.
Yeah.
I believe it's a protection for the community.
Sure, of course.
And I would think that if you are registered, it also gives you a one-up when you're bidding jobs and stuff to say, I'm registered with the state of Vermont. You can check, on the list and see that I have no infractions, that I have nobody coming after me because I've taken their money and run. I haven't frauded anybody, whatever. I would think that would, though it will sting at first, I would think that it would bring better things to your business.
Okay. That's
my opinion of it. And it certainly is a greater protection for the community that has suffered greatly many times because a contractor takes the money and runs.
Speaking of that, there's in the news, there's some work in the legislature. They're trying to do something to try to get a grip on overdoses among the construction industry here in Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, and Dick Wappy and the team down at Associated General Contractors are leading a big fight with that.
They're very passionate about that.
Very passionate about it, making sure that work sites have Narcan and that everybody on the work sites are educated and and understand that a lot of times the people that they employ are in fact suffering from substance use disorder.
Vermont advances a bill to rework book banning policies. Mm-hmm. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'll be reading up on that.
Yeah, I read through it a little bit, and I don't know. I am a little bit. I have lots of opinions about that.
Well, I was actually gonna say I was gonna make a joke about how I'm listening to all this about the construction crew, but the biggest thing I want from the Barrie construction crew is can we get our roads fixed, man? I've got so many roads surrounding me that have so many potholes, and I'm like when I bring my car to my auto shop and they're like, hey, you need 9 things to fix, I'm gonna be like, all right, construction crew, here's my bill. Because no offense, but it's my tires are something's gonna break because it's I have roads that have so many potholes you can't avoid them. Yeah. You have to go so far off the road just to not hit them, and it's if I'm being honest, I think it's destroying people's cars, and then that leads to people having to spend more money because the auto shops are profiting heavy.
I was talking to a guy yesterday. Who's had an absolute complete shit fit because in a matter of a new car that it's already rusting out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, super new, and it's already rusting, big spots of rust.
I was going to actually say that. I personally have been looking at cars recently, and I've been going around the local, kind of Barrie Montpelier area.
Yeah.
The problem is what we in this area don't do that places like Burlington do, and why Burlington sells more cars is because they actually wash and clean the cars and keep them in good condition. When you drive past all these surrounding car shops, snow. snow over them. I've seen rust on brand new cars. I was up over, I won't say because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I will simply say I looked at some cars, some like nice fancy cars that like look, nice, like available. Problem is they're to be fair, all cars right now are really expensive, but the thing is, it's like, if I'm gonna buy a nice model or decent car or brand new car in general, when I look under it, I don't want to see rust, because I have seen rust on some of these cars sitting on these lots, and so that's the biggest problem. Is the problem is if there's gonna be rust on the car, I want that loan dropped, or I want the price of that car dropped, because it's like, I'm not gonna, if I see clearly rust on a car, I'm not gonna, especially a brand new car right off the lot. It's like, I'm taking a huge risk buying that, because for all I know, in 2-3 years, that rust might actually damage something really important.
Sure.
And it's like, waste of money.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
The old feller's stepping up in the soapbox already.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Listen, we want to give a shout out to Giroux General Transport. April 15th is going to be here before you know it. So if you are thinking about getting your CDL license, Class A is the most common, the easiest for employment. Reserve your spot today. VSAC has new scholarships and grants available to cover the cost of the course. Classroom spots are filling up really fast. We know that.
They always do.
279-3325. That's Tracy over at Giroux General Transport. You can find out everything you need to know. April 15th is the next class.
Yes, and it's really important to remind people, because this is a change, that in order to take this class, you must get your permit first. That is a change. With all of the changes done at DMV right now, that is something that is required of you to do first before the class starts. So in those tests, the permit test, are scheduling out a little ways. So if you think this is something you want to do, call and make that appointment today.
Yeah.
Get
Don't wait on
the schedule. Do not wait, because if you wait until last minute to take that test, you may miss the April 15th class with Tracy at Giroux. So make sure you get right on that.
When we had Tracy on the air, she said that they had 6 spots left. The next day, they had 3 spots left.
Right.
I'm not even sure if they've got any spots
I haven't
left.
gotten any message from her that they're full, and that is one thing that Tracy and I communicate a lot, as she does with you, and she will usually send a message right away and say, okay, full, can't take anymore.
Yeah, please don't wait on this.
No.
Do not wait on this.
No. And seriously, if it's something you want to do, call DMV, schedule your permit test right away.
Also, important note here that 1 week from today will be the next Wellness Wednesday with Washington County Mental Health over on Summer Street. You have 1 week to start thinking about this. It is absolutely free. You go in 4:30 to 7 on Summer Street, 23 Summer Street. They got tea, they got snacks, they got mindfulness meditation going on, they got Reiki, they got what is it called? Massage. What's the other one there? What am I thinking of? Acupuncture.
Oh, yes.
Ear acupuncture. The myofascial body release stuff. They got all of that. They ask you to call ahead to make an appointment for some of the things. 479-4055. That's Robin. You can do that today. You can say, hey, we're a week away. I want to get this on my calendar, and I want to be there, and I want to take advantage of this. And again, all services are free. Washington County Mental Health is a proud sponsor of ours. We love them. They've been with us forever, and Heather's going to be back on the air with us soon.
She will be. I'm still not used to being down here on Main Street. There are people shouting, pissed off, having an argument behind me somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm like, I think it's over here. I've been hearing it the whole time. I'm like,
oh, you will.
Yeah,
I'm just not used to it yet.
What's
happening behind me?
Well, people get loud, but I'm like, I just like am like, I'm like, hope something's not actually happening.
Oh.
Like I was like,
Things will happen.
oh
Yeah. We've seen many things.
Guaranteed.
We've
Really?
seen somebody get
Do we gotta
beat
take
with a foot long.
Yeah,
Really?
we saw.
we're gonna take the camera, run out there, and be like, get the shot, get the shot.
Well,
We were getting the shot.
on a bright sunny morning,
Oh no.
when the sun is shining on the glass,
Yeah.
people can't see in here very well, so they don't know anyone's in here.
I was gonna say, to be fair, even when you're out there now, it's like it's tinted. Yeah.
Exactly. We can see them better than they can see us.
Yeah.
So this one day we're on the air, and right behind Raylene, these two people were having an argument right in front of the glass, inches in front of the glass. We're having an argument, and she pulled out her foot-long sub and started smashing him over the head with it. I mean, you can't make this shit up, man.
Dude,
hey, that's what happens when
If
ladies
you
put
have
on their
JD, if you have
lipstick.
some time this week, please hunt that specific podcast down. And I want that clip. I want to see that clip. That clip, like maybe a 30-second clip. I want to see it right on your front page.
Oh,
That'd be so awesome.
We should
tell them
hunt it
about
down.
Mr. Stilts.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, the guy that was he was walking around on stilts one day, very angry. Stopped just not too far from the studio and was screaming obscenities to someone in an apartment above and telling them to come down.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've had ladies put on their lipstick. We've had people check for boogers.
Yes.
Use
in
it
the
as a
reflection,
mirror.
They use it as a mirror.
Oh wow.
We've had people do all kinds of great things in the window.
It reminds me of those like videos you see of people looking into like someone's car and
yeah.
those memes or whatever that people were making for a while. Like, and it still happens, but it's like that's what I'm thinking of.
And this guy on
Those
the stilts,
damn little bugs are in here.
this guy on the stilts, he had a megaphone.
Oh.
So
Yeah, you had a megaphone.
there's three things. I mean, if you're pissed and you have a megaphone, that's bad enough. But throw some stilts into the mix, that's not
He
good.
wanted to make sure he was close enough to the window.
Because he was pissed off at somebody up
He
in
was,
some
man. He was
apartment.
telling him, calm down.
Oh, my God.
But yeah.
Oh.
So Democrats are stepping up their criticism of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after he announced his pick, Nicole Shahan.
Here we go. Yeah.
These bugs are pissing me off.
I don't know about the
keep
bugs.
bringing them to work.
I'm not bringing the bugs into
Where's
work.
your food?
There's no food.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
this one fly has been flying for a good minute now.
He announced his pick for vice president on Tuesday, arguing the duo will benefit former President Trump. I don't know anything about this duo, so I got to read a lot about it and to understand how it will benefit him. Yeah.
I will say this: I'm not super big into politics, so you can correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Right. But wasn't for a minute there? Wasn't John F. Kennedy Jr. or whatever? Wasn't he part of the Democrat Party? But then I thought I heard something that he moved away to like kind of like the Green Party or Independent Party because something. I think something happened. I thought something happened. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's being called the most popular third-party candidate since Ross Perot.
I mean that's true because we don't really see so every year I will look on like the tracker or whatever. Like I'll see who's running up. I see people in the Green Party, but nobody in that Green Party ends up making it past the start of because they drop out. They drop out fast usually. I've noticed that.
Normally,
that's what I'll say. That's all I really know. I know that.
Normally, we try
to stay away from politics.
We try to.
Rainey doesn't always do such a great job.
Sometimes it's impossible.
You can say it.
To fully stay away from politics because it crosses into what we're talking about with everything we're talking about.
I was gonna say now. Well, it feels like even more than 10 years ago. I feel like politics have become part of everything. We hear it now in football. Football 10 years ago, you never heard any. If you did, it was minor. But 10 years ago, it's politics weren't very involved in the football and the NFL. Like the NFL focused on, the NFL. Now I feel like I'm seeing all this stuff going on, but it also doesn't help that there's like,
this is a very dangerous subject. Even for me. No, it's a dangerous subject for me because I'll say things. You can talk about it.
No,
I'll
ahead.
Say things that I shouldn't say.
No, go ahead.
Logan, we are old.
Yeah.
Okay. And what happens when you hit the bee's nest with some old fuckers like us? The blood pressure gets thrown off. The blood sugar goes to whack. We get all upset. She's in the hospital. I'm having a heart attack. You don't want that.
No,
we can't handle. We can't handle it.
You can't handle it.
Well, yeah. Is it politics or is it thin skin? That's what I call it all.
But go ahead. You were saying.
But either my point was just simply it's like I feel like I don't have any I don't have any specifics, but in a nutshell, I just will say like there's definitely been a lot of bad players for sure, of course. But in terms of just straight up though talking about politics themselves, it's just the NFL never really was that focused on them too heavily. At least not. And then now celebrities are becoming a thing, like with the whole Taylor Swift thing. Like
Sure.
Who's next,
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood's always going to jump at it. But, man, I just feel, and you talk with Lori Shepherd, she'll probably tell you the same thing. Politics just should not be weaving its way into the sports world.
No, because sports is just entertainment. Same with wrestling and any other thing. If something is specified as entertainment, it's entertainment. But it's not an excuse to just drag unnecessary, things like politics into it, because it's entertainment. It's supposed to distract us from the real world for the most part.
Right.
Escapism.
It's supposed, exactly. It's escape route. That's what the whole point. That's why we watch movies. That's why we play video games. That's why we go in our phone, because we try to distract ourselves.
Sure.
And it's like, if you throw politics into everything, then of course everyone's gonna start talking about it because it's everywhere.
Right. I want to just take a second here and just re-thank Diane Kinney from Circle of Washington County for coming in here yesterday for an amazing conversation.
It was a good show.
Lots of takeaways.
I enjoyed our time with her for sure.
Yeah, it was wonderful, and I hope she'll come back soon. I hope she's.
And there's still tickets left for the Calcutta that they're having. Rosemary and I are going to that Calcutta. Good. It's on the 13th. I'm looking forward to it. So they still have tickets for that. If you're interested in going to the Calcutta that supports them, like she said, it is their biggest fundraiser of the year. Pretty close to their only fundraiser each year. They could really use our help.
Yeah.
They provide a huge service in this community.
I don't even think we scratched the surface on what they do.
No.
Yesterday, but we will, and she'll be back. She's been on in the past, and we're going to get her on again, and I look forward to it. Speaking of April 13th, that's also the day of, it's a Saturday, that's the day of the coin drop for the Lions Club. They're going to be doing that right here on North Main Street. Please grab a few bucks or coins, whatever you can, and have them in your car ready if you're going to be traveling through the Granite City on April 13th to support the Lions Club. Mark Tatro was in here the other day with this beautiful cornhole boards that he has that he's raffling off. By the way, I reached out to Mark yesterday. We're going to try to see when he awards someone, when he pulls the winning name.
Right, when he wants to do it here.
Here, on the 15th of April. We're trying to see if we can get Johnny Hollywood, the guy that made this to see if he can come in that day.
Yep.
But all the proceeds are going to the Mo Fortier, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Youth program.
Extracurricular, why am I?
Well, that's just what it's called, the Mo Fortier Youth Program.
Youth program. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. To support youth sports here in Central Vermont.
Yeah.
Like literally right here in Derry. So, It's all good stuff.
Yeah, and we have to remind people that tomorrow is Thursday, and that means at 8 p.m. this week's car wash competition closes. So if you have the dirtiest car, how many do we have left there? Three. Right, that's right. We have three left.
Weeks.
We're going to do week 7 today. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock is when I'm going to pick.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. is when I'm going to pick the winner of this week's dirtiest car competition. And so if you want your chance to win, get those pictures posted in the comments section of the pinned post.
Yes. Do you know how this started, Logan?
It's funny because I heard your guys' podcast, I think on Monday, about you guys were talking about this. I gotta say though, I think it's funny because there must be people like really listening into this, because I was gonna say I keep seeing on the road really dirty cars right now lately. So I'm like I think everybody's intentionally doing this, or I'm missing out on something. And then when Monday hit, I'm like, damn, well I can't be in this competition because I just washed my car. Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I hadn't washed my car, I probably could have, had some competition.
Well, I could enter if I was allowed to enter. I could enter at this point because it's a mess. But I'm sick of washing it.
Yeah,
that's all I ever do is wash that stupid thing lately.
There have been many unplanned, circumstantial
JD's an ass.
Things that have happened on this podcast.
Oh boy, I gotta say forward.
And it was just
stepping and fetching.
A couple of weeks ago, I got a dash cam on in my car,
okay,
and there was this car in front of me that was like really bad. I mean, you couldn't even tell it was a car. It was so bad. So I took a picture of it and we shared it on the podcast, and we put it up on the Aired Out page.
Oh wow, I'll have to.
And oh my God, did I get some heat for that? How dare you post a picture of someone's car? Not everybody can afford a car wash, JD. I mean, I got some heat, man.
Well, I will say this.
Why are you making fun of people in their dirty cars?
I was gonna say this. I'm like, it's funny hearing old people get mad, because when I was in high school, and I'm pretty sure my high school still does this.
Yeah.
They literally have people who do pages on Instagram and stuff that made, like, it was literally called, like, the title of this page was like something along the lines of like 2020 shit boxes, and kids would go out to the school parking lot and take photo of other people's cars, and put their cars. By the way, it took a while because I think these kids got in trouble, but for a while they weren't blurring out the actual license plates. So people's car, like, people would comment being like, dude, that's my fucking car. And so, and like, people got mad, but like, at the same time, it was hilarious because some of these cars weren't that bad, but it was just funny thinking to myself, I'm like, are there kids that bored in high school that they're going out and taking other people's cars and being like, yo, look at this shit box? Like, what?
Like the 16-year-olds driving the Volvo station wagon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
You know, those sorts of things. Mm-hmm. Let's before we go, because I'm assuming that we're getting ready to wrap this up.
Yeah.
This
foolishness.
Let's ask the Facebook question of the day.
Oh.
Let's put it out there, the Facebook question of the day, because it's getting some traction here. And
good.
So last night was city council meeting.
Yeah.
And it was a really good meeting, first of all. Let's just say that. I feel like the last couple of meetings have been some really good conversation and maybe some really good traction. But last night, I have to say also that it was removed from the agenda to include the removal of non-city residents from commissions and committees. Oh. That was removed from the agenda to make that a charter change as well.
Oh.
But they did keep in, should 16 and 17-year-olds be allowed to vote on local politics? So that is our question of the day. The residents of Berry City will be asked on the May ballot for approval of change to the charter allowing 16 and 17-year-olds to vote in local elections. What say you?
Yeah.
I say it would be a travesty. First of all, it's,
I have a lot to say, but
and I want to hear from you, but for sure, because like, seriously, if we're going to get teens involved, we need to get them involved in committees and commissions and committees. We need to let them get their feet wet, let them understand what is happening, what needs to we all know that we don't have classes like we used to necessarily have when we were in school. No. And there needs to be some deeper education. And when we constantly hear in cases of criminal cases in court, and if you want to go in the military, you got to be 18. If you want to drink, you got to be 21. If you want to smoke, you got to be 21. All of these instances that you can be tried as a juvenile, all of these instances that, the same people that shout from the rooftops that your brains are not fully developed until you're 25 are wanting 16 and 17-year-olds to vote. What the hell? I don't understand.
Hypocrisy.
It is hypocrisy. And it's also, 16 and 17-year-olds don't have a stake in what is happening in regards to it's not affecting their wallet. I also believe, as Michael Deering brought up, well, no, it wasn't him. Yeah, that you're using, that it gives people a way to use their children in a way. Like, because you kind of select how they're going to vote. I mean, they hear you and you talk about it, and they're going to go with mom and dad. They're going to,
Sure.
So he says, I cannot support the weaponizing of our youth. If we want them to be involved, to make better opportunities for them. Voting is not something we take lightly, and nor should anybody ever. Yeah. But what do you think?
Yeah.
As a 21-year-old, a young man, I can safely say, as someone who recently graduated within the last 5-6 years, I can safely say that when I was 16, I was not anywhere near, and I will say this, I have a little sister who's not too much younger than me, so she's around that like in that general age. And so I can tell you from meeting her friends and stuff of that nature, I can already tell you hard no, but I can also tell you when I was in high school, there were a lot, like, the biggest thing I will say, we don't have to dive too deep because I know it's a touchy subject, but mental health. Mental health of the youth is the worst it's been in years.
We heard that yesterday as well.
And it is just very true. And I can say this because I went to high school with a lot of good kids, but I also had a lot of not up there mentally well people in high school, and some of those kids are okay now, they're doing well now, but the thing is like a lot of them will tell you is a lot they will tell you is when you jump from 16 to 20, that's people don't think it is, but the mentality of a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old is a huge difference, because that 16-year-old is just barely starting to work
and they just want to be a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, even now, even at 21-year-olds, as a 21-year-old, I can tell you there are instances where I'm like, damn, I wish I was still in high school. So it's like, I will tell you is high schoolers should not, someone under the age of 21, in my opinion, just should, like, even 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds voting is a little scary, in my opinion, because there are a lot of 19-year-olds I know, or 20-year-olds, who are still really irresponsible. And so I will say safely, it's like, first of all, a lot of my generation or around my generation likes to butt in things they don't fully understand. Politics was a huge thing in high school, and the only problem I had with high school was when I was in high school, they would ask us about politics but would never go into detail when it come to actual classes. Like, for example, like, so I will say this, my school was very liberal, as the word is. My school was a very liberal dominated school.
High school.
Oh yeah, bad. And because I got in trouble for, I wrote something about Donald Trump that was more positive than negative a long time ago. This was back in like 2017. I had to, I don't remember the context of what the right was, but my teacher was like, no, we can't be too heavy on this subject. But I'm like, but you want me to talk about politics? You want me to write about politics? Oh yeah, but you can't say these specific things about this politic, whether they're true or not. And I'm like, then what are you like? What am I blindly talking about someone? Like, and it's not even about Trump. Like I've had to, in high school, we had to do a lot of politic videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But we never actually like I never learned in high school we never went. There was never a class or a semester that was dedicated to what the differences between the two parties are and diving into those parties and being like, what are the policies? Mm-hmm. You don't know, like in high school, you don't know the actual. You don't know really anything about politics. However, though, the one thing you do know is you know what mommy and daddy have at the dinner table, and they're talking about politics from the internet and stuff like that. And that's how kids learn these days. They don't actually go and grab a book and open up a book and be like, hey, did you know that actually at some point in time, the party switched? Some people forget that. The party switched back a long time ago. Party switched at some point. And it's like, so people need to learn that stuff before they have that conversation. So back to the original question, no. A 16, 17-year-old should not be sitting at that table. No.
They shouldn't. It's frightening and more importantly, kind of on the same lines of what you just said, it's a stress that we should not be putting on our kids. It's one more thing that affects their mental health. It affects what is going on in their day to day. Let's just allow them to be kids for a moment, and they wouldn't be such a mess. Let them. Just let them experience life and learn and grow and have fun and enjoy life while they can, because you grow, you age quickly. It all happens so quickly. This is such a short little time in your life. 18 years out of an entire life. That's like a third of your life. Stop.
When are we voting on this? This is
in May. It'll be on the ballot.
Oh, God.
And it's a question. It's a question of the voters here in the city of whether or not they want that charter to change to make that allowance.
Are we entitled to have an opinion about that though on the air here, right here?
Since when are we not allowed to have an opinion?
I'm just making sure.
I'll say, JD, like even when I was at home, I remember when we talked. I remember you guys this podcast is very unfiltered. Like I think there's some subjects that at least if I've heard on this podcast, or we've we've asked questions like when it comes to football that are like inappropriate or out there. So
yeah.
Honestly, we're just like you said to me before. It's like this is just like we're here. We live in the moment.
Yeah.
And I love that about this podcast.
Yeah, we can't script anything out.
Sometimes it kicks us square in the ass, but
it's like
you
today,
know what matters?
We're here.
you know what matters when you get kicked square in the ass is that you always get back up.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. I've had, and I know, Raylene, you have too. I've had people say, so when do you tape your podcast? And I'm like, we don't. We go live.
go live, and then you just take the footage from it and leave it wherever,
unedited, and they look at us. They look at me like.
Right, exactly. The problem too is that we just had a point made by a viewer, and this is very true. The problem too is that the charter change is in stone for forever, and it's supported by mayoral candidate Sam Stockwell, and so we need to know that.
Well, it's also with a lot of podcasts and a lot
of vote.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna say just quickly. So a lot of the thing is a lot of podcasts nowadays is obviously like everything nowadays for the most part is very scripted, very heavily scripted, and the problem is there's a lot of cases where in the past and even current where some people they come out about things like celebrities and stuff will tell you like years ago they went on some kind of thing. And they will tell you now, because it's been a distance from that thing, so they can't get in trouble now before. But like coming back, it's like they'll tell you is that a lot of maybe not podcasts specifically, but a lot of like news outlets, stuff like that, they tell you what to say, and they're like, if you try to do anything else, that's a no, you're gone, or like a lot of I've seen a lot of podcasters, and I've seen a lot of people just disappear, and it's like then you do some research and you're like, oh, because they said something that got them in a lot of trouble that they weren't supposed to say. And so it's like it's like they're like when news outlets or wherever you are, they'll be like, hey, you're gonna sit here, here's your script, don't go off the script. Yeah, like they said, do not go off the script. And so
JD writes me a script every once in a while. It never gets stuck to.
Like what?
No, I'm picking. I'm being a smart ass.
There will be many, many times that both of us will be a smart ass with you on the air and off the air. You never know what to expect with the two of us.
No, I just love it. It's funny. It's funny.
Raylene and I want to know because Raylene lost sleep over it last night about. Let me tell you what's running through her mind at 11 o'clock at night. You ready?
Right, let's hear this.
This is Raylene.
Okay, I'm listening.
Almost every night. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Who's in the NCAA tournament right now? How's my bracket doing? Who's playing tomorrow? What's going on? She worries about this stuff all the time. She's got a lot of money.
Keeps me awake.
I wrapped up in her March Madness bracket. She's got like $10,000 right now on the line.
So, about that script. Anyway, hi. Now we're in the sports. Here we go. I'm excited.
Well, don't get too analytical with us because
I won't go too deep because I know you guys don't. And I know we don't got a lot of time, but I also know that mainly I know that you guys don't want to go too deep, but.
Who's playing tonight?
This is tomorrow. So this is March Madness. So this is for tomorrow. We've got Alabama and UNC. Alabama's in their 4th seed, while UNC is number 1. Which I would say UNC profits probably a little more, but I'm gonna go with the underdogs. Alabama just has a really. I think they have a really good. Their coaching is really decent. So I don't know. I feel the underdogs in this one. So I think Alabama's going to move forward to what is called they're in what they call the Sweet 16 because there's only 16 teams left. Then it's the Elite 8. So then we'll be moving to the Elite 8. But again, Alabama versus UNC. I got Alabama. We got Clemson in 6th seed, while Arizona in their division are in 2nd. I want to say that I'm going to have to go with probably Arizona in this case. They're looking like they're the better team coming out. But I also wouldn't sleep on Clemson. They're really good there too. Then we got Illinois and Iowa State, both relatively close, 3rd and 2nd of their respective areas. And I want to say that I think I want to go with Illinois in this one. Iowa State's been really good, but I have a really good hunch about Illinois. Moving on from them, we got San Diego State and UConn Huskies. That's going to be a matchup that I'm
pretty excited to see.
The Huskies are kicking ass. I know that.
The Huskies are they're first seed. They're busting everybody down. That's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah.
Now this is where I'm more excited. I want to go to the bottom. I'll start from the bottom to the top. You got Duke and Houston. That's gonna be a good game. Duke sadly, or was it? Yeah, Duke knocked out Vermont.
Yeah.
UVM. Yep.
Obama had his money on Vermont.
Really? Oh, I thought I saw something about that.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
I that's definitely underdogging considering what were we 13th? Our seed was technically 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, you definitely were underdogging us. But speaking of underdogs, next game, NC State, and how do you? I'm gonna butcher this, but Marquette State. Marquette. Okay, I'm sorry, I butchered that. So sorry. That's gonna be interesting because NC State is the only team that is like not past the 5th seed. Like every other team is like 5th seed or upward. They're the lowest seed and yet they're the farthest. So maybe that's maybe they're having some good rookie, not rookie, but maybe some just like underdog good luck charm. I don't know, but they're moving forward. So, I mean, it's gonna be hard. But maybe NC State will continue, but we'll see. Then last 2 games we got my fan favorite. I guess if I had to pick a team, my fan favorite is that I like Gonzaga. I love Gonzaga. I love the Bulldogs. Against Purdue. I will say this, Purdue's football team, not great, but their basketball team has been killing it. So I think Purdue might win, but like if I have to choose like my fan favorite, it's Gonzaga. So hopefully Gonzaga advances. And then final game we have, which will be on Friday, will be Tennessee and Creighton. I'm sorry, but probably butchered that too. But again, close matchup. 2nd seed and 3rd seed. I'm gonna have to go with I think Tennessee. Tennessee's been really good too. Like kind of like when it comes to UConn's killing it, but like Tennessee's also up there. They've been really good this season. So I'm gonna say Tennessee.
The odds of having a great bracket are just slim.
We should have had everybody. Well, the girls probably have their brackets. We should have had them all do their brackets so we could compare them up again this year.
We did that last year. Mm-hmm. We had absolutely no business.
We had them hanging all over the damn place.
Yeah, we had no business doing that.
I straight up cheated. Jack did mine.
You know who did mine?
Who?
Chris Autry.
Yeah. No, that's really cheating. Yeah. Jack did mine.
Logan, thank you so much, man. And thank you for coming in here. We are looking forward to a great partnership with you. We got Easter egg hunts going on this weekend. They're all over the page. Just watch.
We have the Motorsports Expo happening this weekend.
Before we go, I just want to, if it's okay, do you mind if I quickly run down last night's basketball games real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. Yeah. All right. Last night, NBA had some pretty good games last night. So we had the Mavericks and Kings game. Dallas Mavericks knocked the hell out of the Kings, which is no surprise. Mavericks have been killing it this year. They're doing really well with what little they have, in my opinion. They have very little, but they use the most of it, especially with Luka Doncic and I think Kyrie Irving, he's still there. And then Pelicans and Thunder, close game 2. Thunder coming out on top, which again doesn't surprise me. They've got a really good young core, but really, really dominant this year. And then I will say here, Bucks and Lakers game. I loved watching my team make a massive comeback, considering at halftime we were down 16 points. Came back, took it to overtime, and won 128-124, high-scoring game. And then to finish it off, we had the Golden State Warriors and the Miami Heat. I mean, Golden State winning that game shouldn't come to a surprise, but I got to say, Golden State has not had the year because they just came back from winning, a championship, and They are not like Boston is killing it this year. The Warriors are not. The Warriors actually have been on a real downhill, which is surprising because they haven't changed anything. So it's just more of like less of like what's going on. I mean, there's some players on the team that are acting out, but besides that, though, why they're doing so bad is a question beyond me.
Well, Lori Shepard and the Four Quarters podcast will be tonight, right? 5:30. 5:30, right
Nice.
here.
Hell yeah.
You ought to storm in and jump in. Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited though for like next time I'm here, ready to talk some more in the future. But hoping that we have a little bit more news because right now it's a little died down. But
well, yeah, of course.
But yeah, no. Well, the biggest thing I think if you're an NFL fan, the biggest thing you need to be focused on is coming up is the combines. The combines are starting soon. Combines will be starting, which for anybody who doesn't know what the combine is in a nutshell. It's just to see rookies' skills. They get put through like 6 tests: long jump, vertical, or it's like the vertical jump, sprint.
Shep's been talking about that.
Yeah, no,
quite a bit.
Oh yeah, no, very excited to see. There's a lot of the biggest thing, real quick, is that I know that the Cowboys have had a mystery about who their future running back is going to be, and it's clearly evident that they're going to go after a running back, which makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of good running backs this season, but again, excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah. I'm excited to have you back on the air already.
I'm excited.
He knows what he's talking about, Raylene. Anything else to wrap up, Raylene?
I don't think so. Just ladies, get over to Vermont Quick Lube and Car Wash for Ladies' Day. Get all lubed up, get a flower, get a car wash, all those great things. And then tomorrow, head on over there from 11 to 1 and get your free hot dogs.
Yeah, love them. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking and following the page. Don't forget to comment, to like, share any episode that you enjoy. We are always live, always local, never edited, seen and heard right here on Facebook and on YouTube, both. And we thank our YouTubers, Raylene, for tuning in.
Yes, I would like to see some more YouTubers. So I think that people should start inviting their YouTuber friends.
Yeah. All from Fly on the Wall Productions right here on North Main Street in
Honestly,
Barrie, Vermont.
Don't forget to have a happy good day.
Yeah. What are you saying, Logan?
I was going to say, I'm honestly surprised you guys don't have more YouTube viewers just because I feel like a lot more people use YouTube these days.
Well, you don't know. We can't figure anything out. There's no rhyme or reason. Rosie, we want you in here. Rosie.
Yes. Have a happy good day.
Come on, Rosie. When is she coming in?
Not until spring break.
Oh, damn it. All right. Thanks, everyone. Make sure you check out our podcast on the web, airedoutvt.com. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.